Please welcome my friend and a fantastic cook, Trisha Yearwood. I'm so glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Well, I think this is what they call the "Okay, shut up, I finally did it" book. Because isn't it? She is legendary on Music Row for your cooking. Everybody talks about it. Friends, family.
Well, that's very nice of you to say. It's one of those things where you guys know, if you have family recipes, to get them all in one place. It's just wonderful that I use this book every day. I know I don't have to search through the shoebox for the recipes. You know, it's like it's all here. And we were just so happy to have it for ourselves. And we had no idea how it would take off. So it's been really fun for me and my mom and my sister.
Well, your love of food started very early, I understand.
Yes.
We have a photo that is just about the cutest thing I've ever
Oh my gosh.
seen.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen any young person having so much fun at a meal?
I don't know if you can see on there, but that was actually mashed potatoes, and they're on my face. I was wearing them as well as eating them, so that doesn't change that much.
Listen, I mean, cooking in your house has always been a very big thing growing up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, both your mom and dad.
Yeah, my mom and dad both. I mean, we were in a very small town, first of all, so there aren't a lot of opportunities to go out to eat. And we just didn't go out and eat. Every meal, you know,
Wow.
it was a home cooked meal every night at 6 o'clock when my dad got home from work. So, and weekends were his. He made big breakfasts on the weekends, and in our little community, he would cook for the town for fundraisers and stuff. So,
Oh, in fact, I think we have a shot of your dad with this vat of like Brunswick stew or
Yeah,
something.
yes.
And I think he got like an oar from the canoe. And yeah, look at this.
Yeah, there you go.
Rest his soul.
yeah,
Legendary cook.
That was I forget how many gallons.
And also these caramel candies.
Oh, yeah,
Now
those
these
are
are the candies that you and your sister make every Christmas,
We
right?
do, yes.
Can we try?
Sure.
Maybe.
Can I try?
Yes, please do. Oh, let's all try. Everybody has some at the table. These look like they'd be really hard to make.
No, they're not. They're not hard to make at all.
Okay.
But anything that looks hard to make is always impresses your guests, you know.
Oh my goodness. Wow. And your mother-in-law, Colleen, famous for her fudge, God rest her soul. Loving her fudge.
Yes, and this is
We all get to try this too.
this is Garth's favorite, and I have to say that I really do think some people have the gift of just making something taste the way it should. And his youngest daughter, our youngest daughter, Allie, is 12, and she makes this now, and it tastes just like his mom. So I think she passed her spirit to Allie to be good. Allie's a great cook, and she makes that really, really good.
And you know, I was looking at the recipe for this, which is also in Trisha's cookbook, and it sounds like the secret ingredient is a little pop of peanut butter in with the chocolate.
Yeah, a little bit of peanut butter, and then butter your plate. Butter's the key word in pretty much every recipe in the book.
Butter.
We could have named the book Butter, but we didn't.
Let me tell you something. We have another little surprise for you, because the lady that taught this lady to cook so well is actually in the house.
Mama's in the house.
Mama's in the house. Please welcome Gwen Yearwood. Hi, your daughter. Gwen, I just had to bring you out because you make the most awesome cakes. I want to show everybody the piano cake with the little bench and everything. Look,
I'm the little one there.
that is really a work of art.
Well, it was fun. You had a kind of little kit with the candelabra. I didn't make the little candelabra and all that.
No, she's not the woodworker. No, she doesn't do all the plastic and all
First
of
she
that.
carved the piano out of wood, and then she...
I checked with Liberace and borrowed them.
No, I have to say that when I was a kid, my mom was a school teacher, and when we were too young to go to school, she stayed home with us and made cakes for a living. So her cakes, her decorations, and she says it was fun, but it's not easy to do. I can't do all the little, she did all the little candy flowers and all that stuff. I can't do any of that stuff. She's the expert.
Well, and you really put your mom to the test when you got married.
Yeah, weren't you excited?
Mom made, look at your monitors, folks, and at home, be on your screen momentarily. This is the gargantuan wedding cake that Gwen made for Trisha's marriage to Garth.
I almost disowned her then.
Did you?
It didn't matter. I wanted to keep the son-in-law, but
I mean, that must have taken days for you to bake and assemble.
We had so many KitchenAid mixers going in a tiny kitchen where they were living before the house was finished. We had probably 3 or 4 KitchenAid mixers going and to do the batter.
But do you enjoy baking such elegant and elaborate cakes?
I really enjoyed that one. It had been 20 years since I'd done a decorated cake of this magnitude. And she said, "You can do it. It's going to be a small wedding." It was a small wedding.
That's what they always say. It's going to be just a small wedding. And Tricia, when you and Garth walked out and you saw that cake, what did you think?
Well, I mean, so special, you know, the fact that she did it, and the bride and groom on top was the bride and groom from her wedding cake. You know, she gave that to me to put on her cake.
From
So
1960.
it was really, really special. I mean, I can't imagine having it done any other way, and it was so good.
There are some people here who would like to know, Tricia, what has been your worst kitchen disaster? We don't want to hear about the good stuff, the things that turned out perfectly.
Well, she's got lots of stories, and you're going to witness one later.
Let's all thank my mom for being here. Thanks for coming out. Get out of here. No. Well, actually, 2 things. One of the cakes we're going to make today is a German chocolate cake that I make for Garth every year on his birthday, and I now make it more than once a year because he does the pitiful. It's only 3 months to my birthday, and I get that cake, you know.
Like
so it guilts me into it, and I make it. But I've done made a couple of mistakes with it. The cake is very tender cake, and so it's really, you have to be careful with it. And I don't know, either I didn't grease the pan or I forgot something. I don't know what I did wrong. But when I turned the cakes out, they just fell apart, and it was just, you know, I was just in tears. And Garth said, he said, "Well, can you frost? Can you kind of glue it together with the frosting and frost it?" And I'm like, "Well, I never thought about that. I guess we could, you know." And he said, "Well, won't it taste good even if it doesn't look good?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So we actually kind of glued it together and ate it, and it was really ugly, but it was good. It tasted good.
See, and so she's come up with it, the Tricia Yearwood ugly cake. Well, Grant, I'm glad you are here because the cakes that we are making, one of them that you're very good at, the German chocolate with the coconut icing. The other one, Tricia and I are very afraid.
This chocolate cake with caramel icing that we're going to make is what is my favorite cake, and my mom makes it every year for my birthday. And it is so hard. The icing is just very moody. It decides each year what it would like to do. Some years it pours like water on the cake, and some years it sets up like concrete in the bowl, and you can't put it on the cake.
And you take an ice pick to get it up.
And so every year my mother says, "I'm not going to make that cake next year." And every year my mama makes that cake.
I think I chose this cake. And
we'll let
earlier,
Lorianne make the icing
no, it's so
this year.
funny because earlier today I said, "Mom, Gwen, I think I'm afraid," and she goes, "You should be." So who knows what's going to happen? We are cooking from Georgia Cooking in an Oklahoma kitchen with Tricia Yearwood. And Gwen, stay close. We're going to need you. We'll be right back. Back at our Celebrity Kitchen Holiday Special with Tricia Yearwood. Baking a couple of cakes that your family just loves. The first one, German chocolate cake with coconut icing, your husband's favorite.
Yes, it is.
And so we start by melting the chocolate, my favorite thing. Do you kind of dip in? I dip in the whole time.
do?
I do.
Really?
My fingerprints are in there.
Really?
Sorry, yes. So we have 4 ounces of our chocolate melted.
Yeah,
So
we-
is it for sure? Oh, it is.
Yeah, it is melted.
Lovely.
Look, can you see that? Isn't that beautiful? It is melted and ready to go, and then we put butter and milk in
Here we go.
this.
Here's your half stick of butter. And now while you're melting that in there, can I show you my parchment paper trick?
Yes.
This is a 3-layer cake. And I don't know about you, but I used to do the thing where I would trace it out and cut it all out.
That's what
and
I do.
I don't know if I stole this from somebody or if I just made it up. I don't remember. But here's what, no, this is so cool.
It's your idea now.
You're going to love this now. So all you do is just turn it upside down and just make a little bit longer than just the bottom of the cake.
Yeah.
Come on, Lorianne. Now, you fold it in half. All righty, now just watch. And then you just keep folding it. And you fold it.
Is this origami?
It's kind of like origami.
Are we going to make a bird out of that?
Yep, we're going to make a bird. And you keep folding, and you keep folding.
You're good. I'm melting butter. We're all
and
good.
then, yes, is it going well?
Yeah, it's going well.
Okay, it's almost done. And then you just put the little point on the end there, and you kind of see where, and it doesn't even have to be perfect. and just go boop, 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 just cut around that.
Look at you.
And origami, voila.
That is really good.
Don't you love it? Don't you? It's so quick and easy.
That's really good.
I would, you know, and I was not baking because I thought I don't want to do the whole parchment thing, but we're ready to go there. All right, now we got the butter all
Got the butter
there.
melted, and then we pour in some warm milk.
So in the meantime, I need to make the flour here. We have 2½ cups of pre-sifted cake flour going right in and all over the place.
It's close.
And I am never this dressed up.
I usually cook at home with full hair and makeup and wardrobe and cameras. So
No, seriously? Seriously? No makeup, rollers,
Yeah,
and
seriously.
some like just big pajama thing. Oh, it's horrendous.
Okay, Lorianne.
A teaspoon of baking soda.
baking soda and salt.
And salt.
You sift those together.
And uh-oh, it didn't all come out. And then handy dandy here. This is very important to get this right for Tricia. Don't you love this thing?
Easy.
It is going everywhere.
Can I
This is
turn this
hilarious.
off? Is there an off here?
Yeah.
Or am I turning it
Turn
up
to the
high?
left. All
I
right.
think it's off.
I have your flour ready for you, Miss Yearwood.
Thank you very much. So we have to separate eggs.
Okay.
Are we gonna do my water trick? We're gonna do that one.
Oh, yes. She has a yolk. Do we have to separate the yolks?
You have to add them one at a time into your batter.
Okay, so which is your yolk bowl? You want this to be your yolk bowl?
That'd be fine.
Okay, and you pour some water in it,
Pour some water in it.
and then you pour it out.
Yeah, you just sort of get the water, coat the bowl with water. This is a mom trick.
All right, and pour it back
And pour it back
there.
in, and it makes the yolk slide out easier one by one. I don't know why.
I don't know that I believe you.
Okay, fine, fine.
All right.
So you show me how you separate an egg, and then I'll show you.
Okay, well, this is what I do. Because I'm going to whisk the whites in here. And I literally just make a whole big mess, and I just do this.
Yeah.
And right through, and then like that, see? And then it's just done.
Then you just got it on
And
you.
then it's just done. You see, you get more of the white out that way, if you ask me.
That's true. That's true. That's fantastic.
Let me see that. You're on the spot here, girl.
Crack an egg, and I just kind of go back and forth.
And na 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 na.
And sometimes the yolk breaks. This one didn't.
Okay.
There you go.
Very nice.
So it's just, I still get it
Okay,
on
we
me,
have
but-
2 more left, and let's see who does it quicker. Quick.
Okay.
All right.
You're gonna win.
The race is on.
I'm winning.
Now what?
We're all good.
So the moral of that story is it doesn't make any difference.
It really doesn't
Do it
matter.
any old way you
It's
want.
really how it works for you, and that's really the basic key to working in the kitchen. Do what works
Well, see, that's
for you.
it.
It's not. I think people don't cook because they think it's too hard, or I don't know how to do it, or
Right.
what if I make a mistake? Well, that's part of, all really good cooks make plenty of mistakes, and that's how you learn stuff.
Exactly. All right, so what's our, I know I have to whip these whites for you.
Yeah, and if you want to do that while
You got to cream all the butter and the sugar, ma'am.
our butter is room temp because it needs to be, so it's kind of sat out and gotten room temperature.
Very good.
See that lots of butter.
Lots of butter. It's what makes it good.
This is a 3/4 of a cup of butter, which is about a stick and a half.
Oh, my. And sugar. Sugar. So I'm whipping your whites.
Very nice.
And how do you like stiff peaks, soft peaks?
You whip it up to stiff peaks, and it's amazing how it just will get that way the more you do it. And the
Okay.
more you do it. And I'm good.
On this
Go.
side? You ready to roll? Look how beautiful she looks mixing. Doesn't she just
I'm now mixing the butter and sugar together.
now,
Okay. One at a time.
I got it now.
Watch this. This is going to work.
watch.
One. Two. Look at that. See? It works.
3. Look at that. It does work one at a time. All right.
All right.
Good girl. Just a little trick.
Vanilla.
Okay, do you like my peaks?
But they're nice peaks. They could be stiffer.
They could be. All right, now,
Slow your mixer down. You're adding like...
Ready?
Yes,
a
ready.
little more. And this is where we do a little of the mixture of the flour,
Right, and a little about half that buttermilk.
half the buttermilk.
Get out over
A
here.
little bit more of this
Yep.
and more of this.
And I'll tell you what will make that easier. If you, I mean, when
What?
you're making this at home, if you sift your flour mixture out on wax paper, you can just
Why?
slide it up to your mixer,
Uh-huh.
and you can spoon it in, and you're not, you know.
Doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. But I mean, that's working for you. I'm just saying. It looks right. It looks very good. Yeah, and we also
Coconut
forgot the
cake.
thing that makes the cake chocolate, which we should have added earlier. But we're going to put it in now and see what happens.
But that's okay. Let me tell you, I do this all the time at the house. I make things backwards constantly.
Yeah.
This will be proof that we can still make it and it's good.
Well, I'm going to see. I've never quite made this mistake. We'll see what happens.
Did I distract you?
Of course, not at all. Not at all.
I'm going to clear our bowls.
Okay, it's actually looking right.
And once that's done, we're pretty much ready to fold in the whites.
Pretty
aren't
much ready
we?
to fold in the whites.
So you want to show?
I'll show.
Oh my goodness, you guys, it's stuck on here. No, the bowl. Okay.
Do we need
The
to-
bowl is stuck. This has never happened. Wait a minute. Just wait 1 second. The bowl is stuck.
I can come over anytime if you need some help with your
Did
appliances.
somebody glue that on there just as a little joke?
Because it looks kind of weird if you've never done this before.
Folding those in.
But you just
And
sort of,
do
it
you
looks
wanna-
kind of odd, and you don't, this is what makes the cake really light, and so you don't want to overfold.
Now that has to be completely incorporated and the batter is ready and it goes in the 3 cake pans. We're going to take a break and when we come back, we will make the icing. The icing makes this, doesn't it?
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
fantastic. Back with more Celebrity Kitchen Holidays. Listen, since you did the cookbook, I know people have offered you your own cooking show, and your answer is?
No. It's scary. As long as I have my spoon, I'm happy. It's because it's hard. It's really hard to do. This is not an easy thing to do, and to remember everything. I mean, imagine when you're in your kitchen and you're baking anyway, you forget stuff sometimes when it's just you.
Yeah.
Imagine that now you've got to, and here's how you add this and try to look cute and the whole bit. It's just too hard. It's too hard to do. So,
Yeah. So we're just going to get with
so
it.
I have much respect for you for doing this.
Oh, well, don't. We have our pre-made cakes. These have been cooked 350-degree oven, about 30 to 40 minutes, depending on your oven. And now we're going to make the icing for these. And we start with?
We start with eggs and sugar and evaporated milk, and we want to put with our egg yolks that you so beautifully cracked for us.
Yes, I did.
And we want to make sure that we're
not
not
hot, right?
because if you put these in a hot pan, what's going to happen? You're going to have scrambled eggs pretty fast.
Scrambled eggs.
You don't want scrambled eggs, and so we'll heat this up together, and we'll put our butter in there. And it's sort of like, I don't know if you guys have ever made anything with kind of a custard base, or banana pudding has the same sort of thing in the bottom. This is kind of what you do.
Gosh, it smells good already.
And depending on your stove, how hot your stove is, depends on how long. You can stick the butter in it. if you
Okay,
want
and we have a stick of butter. which
Stick
is
of
a
butter,
half cup.
of course.
Let you take that on in there. And
Yeah.
Of course, we're flopping it everywhere.
to. Yeah, that's okay.
Are we the messiest cooks?
Yeah, but you know what? You got to. My husband says if you're not making a mess, you're not really cooking.
Well, there you go. All right, and this is why people sometimes don't do a lot of baking. This is where you have to stand here and cook this for about 12 to 15 minutes because you want it to end up looking like, ow!
That's warm, huh?
The bottom of the pot is hot.
Are you okay? Do you need a cube of ice or a stick of butter?
You know, I was so trying to be like June Cleaver, and I was putting my hand under there, and now I have blisters. But
Nice.
isn't that beautiful?
Don't touch the bottom of the pan.
I'm not touching
So once
the
we get,
bottom.
so that's after it's kind of it thickens, and that's what happens when you put this all together. It will thicken up.
All right, and what do you put into this now to make it so yummy? And
After you take it off the heat, you add vanilla. Vanilla
Okay.
goes in pretty much everything, and you add your nuts and you add coconut.
but it's very important that it's fresh or fresh frozen because if it's dried in those packets, doesn't it make this just all gooey and awful?
Well, yeah, it's just not as good, and it's stringier and whatever. It's a personal preference, but I like it. And I double this icing recipe for Garth. Most German chocolate cakes are not completely frosted.
Yeah.
You put a little bit on the top. you put your layer in a little bit on the top. But
And
he likes the icing so much that we do it this way.
Right, yeah, this is the way that he likes it. And the thing is, you can use pecans, you can use walnuts, you can use almonds. The chefs here said that a couple of days ago they tried this icing recipe with almonds, and it was absolutely fantastic as well.
Yeah, so that's another thing. You don't have to follow a recipe other than the basics. You know, you can just kind of do it your way and use what you like.
I have a great idea. I'm going to go, just excuse me, right over here, just over to here. We're going to try this one.
Okay.
This is the one here.
It smells good.
Yes, indeed. And while we cut a piece for ourselves, the wait staff here at the resort is going to serve all of you. For me.
I like shows where you get to eat. This is
Isn't it
cool.
wonderful?
Yeah.
Are you trying? How many people are? Oh, not everybody has theirs yet.
Oh, we'll wait.
Yeah, well, oh. Do we have to be polite? Good. Now we're going to try. I've been wanting to try this cake ever since I heard Garth talking about it, like years ago.
I love this cake because it's really just not, it's not super
Oh.
rich.
And let me give you a little hint, everybody. Man, this is awesome. Tricia says it is fantastic as a snack on graham crackers. So may I try?
If you have any left over.
Uh-huh.
Or just with a spoon, if you just want to eat it.
Just eat a bowl of it. So I am trying it on graham cracker. And was this an accident? You just tried it on graham cracker one time?
My mom actually, I think, tried it on graham crackers.
Oh my.
Pretty good.
Very good on the graham cracker. We'll be back with more Celebrity Kitchen in just a minute.
Coming right up, Trisha Yearwood performs a television first.
I'm kind of nervous, but here goes.
The sweetest gift, a mother's smile.
Thanks, everybody. Back on Celebrity Kitchen Holiday Special. I'm just one of those people who has always believed that great food and beautiful music just go together all year round, but especially during the holidays. And our guest today, Trisha Yearwood, is bringing us both. This is the title cut from her Christmas CD, The Sweetest Gift. And I believe it's something a little different for you, isn't it, Trisha?
It is. I can't remember ever playing guitar on camera. I think this might be the first time and probably the last time that I'll ever do it. But I thought it might be fun to do because this is a song that I've been singing in my family since I was a young girl when I first got a guitar at 14. And my sister and I used to sing this a lot. And it's not a Christmas song, but it really fit. We thought it fit the Christmas album. And so when I made this album, I asked my sister, who doesn't ever sing, she's very shy. She sings, in the choir, but she not this kind of thing, to please come and sing it with me and surprise my parents for Christmas. So we put this on the album without them knowing that it was on there and that she was singing with me. So it's a really special song. And I thought it might be kind of interesting to go back to the way we originally did it. And again, the reason that you haven't ever seen me, well, you'll know why you've never seen me play guitar on television before. But this is the way, this is how it all started. When family would come over, my dad would make me get the guitar out and play for company. So it kind of feels like that right now. I'm kind of nervous, but here goes.
One day a mother went to a prison to see an erring but precious son. She told the warden how much she loved him. It did not matter what he had done. She did not bring a parole or pardon. She brought no silver, no pomp or style. It was a halo sent down from heaven, the sweetest gift, a mother's smile. She left a smile you can remember. She's gone to heaven those walls around you could never change her. You were her baby, and there will be. She did not bring to him a parole or pardon. She brought no silver, no pomp or style. It was a love bright sent down from heaven's light, the sweetest gift, a mother's smile, the sweetest gift, a mother's smile.
All right, back with Trisha Yearwood cooking one more cake for your holiday with Georgia Cooking in an Oklahoma kitchen, and this is your favorite
My
cake.
favorite cake
And
in
it's
the world.
called?
It's called cocoa cake with caramel icing.
You're-
It's
you're-
Grandma Lizzie's cocoa cake.
You're a caramel girl, right? You
I
love
am.
caramel.
I do. And most cakes, caramel cakes, have white cake, and they're great too. But this is a chocolate cake with so good.
Okay, so let's
Just
get
make
the cake
it.
going, and yeah, let's just make it.
Cake
and eat it.
is really easy to make. The cake is a piece of cake. The icing,
Okay, so
just like
butter,
our last
sugar
cake,
first in there.
most basic cake recipes, you're gonna cream butter and sugar together.
And how much butter are you putting in there?
Oh, a lot. This is a
It's just a,
this is
cup.
2/3 of a cup, which is about a
Woo.
stick and a third of butter.
wow. And then again,
Butter makes the world go round.
you have to just cream this forever and ever and ever, right?
Yeah, you just want it to get together, and it doesn't take that long. If your butter's room temperature, doesn't take too long.
Okay, and I'm going to put together the flour mixture for you. I have 2 cups of flour, and this is not cake flour. This is just the regular flour this time.
Correct.
And then we have 2/3 cup cocoa. Any
Yeah.
kind of cocoa?
Yeah, I mean, I just use Hershey's cocoa, the kind that you
Oh,
get in the
okay.
store. It's just, again, basic. I'm gonna cream this together.
All righty,
Your
and 1 1/4
highfalutin mixer.
teaspoons baking soda right here for me, 1/4 teaspoon baking powder, all the usual ingredients for a cake, and a teaspoon of salt. And I'll try to do this neatly since you made fun of me last time.
Oh, did I? Oh, yeah, you kind of got it everywhere,
You
didn't
kind
you?
of did, yeah.
Well, you were excited.
I am, I'm very excited. Listen, when Trisha's in the room and chocolate in the room, that's a good day.
So in this recipe, we don't have to separate eggs. We just are putting the whole egg in.
Thank goodness
I know.
we
in
won't
with
have to fight about that
Yeah,
again.
we add the eggs, probably one at a time, but whatever, it's all good. There's no real rule. I don't think there's a real rule.
There's no rules here.
Then we have a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. It's not very much, just enough to sort of give it that. Did anybody as a kid ever taste vanilla thinking it was going to taste as good as
Yes.
it smells? It does not.
Horrifying.
It's great in a recipe, but not by itself. You don't want to do that. Usually when you add flour to a recipe, you add some sort of liquid. In this cake, it's actually water that you add. So we're going to add about half or about 1/3 of this.
Okay, and you told me to do this. She told me to put this. It'd be easier to pour right into here.
Yep.
Okay, if
Yeah.
this messes up,
This is going to be so easy.
it's already falling out the side.
And I'm all about saving bowls. So what I would have done in real time at my house is I would have sifted it on. I would have sifted it on the
Not that
paper
much.
itself, and I would have just
Oh.
spooned it in.
Well,
So
of course.
and I would spoon it in, save a bowl. All about saving a bowl.
Save a
Don't
bowl.
want to have to wash another bowl.
And you want a little more in
A
here?
little bit more.
A little bit more.
Very nice.
And again, this is very easy, just like so many of her recipes in this cookbook.
Yeah, this is easy.
A little
About half
water.
the water.
Oh, and by the way, we do have 2 9-inch cake pans that have been greased a little bit and lightly floured.
Right.
Let it roll. Can you guys smell this cocoa out there? Maybe the front row. Oh,
Then you finish with your flour.
and I'm just going to dump the rest of it in.
Yes. Perfect.
Huh?
Perfect.
And we are on a chocolate high up here. You know, I can just stand
Now
here
see, I'm making the mess now. It's flying out. I'm getting impatient. I want it to mix up.
and you let it roll.
Let it roll.
And folks,
We're going to pour it up into these pans. It's really chocolatey, so it's a darker chocolate. It's not dark chocolate, but it's a darker, richer chocolate.
may I? Because I do this all. Do you do this at home?
Yeah.
Oh, I just have to. without applause for eating chocolate.
Don't you love a show like that?
Very sloppily eating chocolate.
Just sort of equally dividing the batter between the two
and it's
pans.
350. And what, just about 30 minutes? Just
Again,
like
yeah,
regular?
it'll start to pull away from the sides of your pan, and that old trick of taking a toothpick and stick it in the center, if it comes out clean, it's done.
On the end of the table here, that's what the cake is going to look like once we get it all iced and everything. So folks, put these in the oven. When we come back, we're scared.
We're very scared. We're
Because-
going to attempt.
This caramel icing is the
Make the
hardest thing
icing.
in the world to make, but it's the most luscious thing if you get it right. Mom, Gwen, are you close?
Yeah, we're going to need Gwen on this one.
Okay, we'll take a break and come back. We've made our cocoa cakes, and they're beautiful and decadent and chocolatey yum. And now we have to ice them with this terrifically difficult to make caramel icing, and that's why Mom Gwen is here, because we're scared. She's come on into the light.
Is it a cup of sugar for
Now,
the caramelizing, or is it?
why is this so difficult as an icing? What is the big
You're the
deal?
queen. You tell it.
Because I'm sure there are cooks in your audience. But icings will sugar if they're not cooked to the proper temperature.
Okay.
And if it sugars, it gets too hard. Mm-hmm. It's just like, this is like candy making.
Oh, all right.
So, but
So
this
it
is
can
a
get-
really old-fashioned recipe from 1950 when I was student teaching, and the lady would caramelize the sugar from scratch. So this is really
right.
from the basic one.
All right, so she's here to help us. She's our safety net. First thing we have to do, mix the sugar and milk in a saucepan to boil. And this is really hot here. And we have a cup of milk. Ooh, I hope it's not, okay, it's not too hot there. And now, do we put just a cup of, no, we put 3 cups of sugar
You
in
put
here,
3
don't we?
cups of sugar.
All right. And we have to have
Yes,
this
right.
boil.
Just get over it.
What are they saying to
So
you?
we're gonna let Mom caramelize the sugar because she's pretty excited about that.
Now, this is very thick over here.
Your cup of sugar.
Very thick. That has to get to about 238 degrees for it to caramelize, and that should do it pretty fast.
Yeah. Good
But
luck
we'll
with
wait
this,
for
Mom.
you.
We'll be over here. So
Yeah, we'll just.
I'm just supervising. You're doing a great job. Love what you're doing here. It's fantastic.
It doesn't look like it's doing anything.
No, but it will. How much time you got? Just keep stirring. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
My hand is cramping.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Lorianne.
I love that woman. I love her.
We've known each other a very long time,
Since
Lorianne and I
the
have.
very beginning.
Since
of
the very
her
beginning.
career.
And I have to tell you, it is why, one of the many reasons why I would do anything that you ever asked me to do, because you have been so sweet to me for 17 years, and I love you to death, and I'm a big, big fan. So I'm really
Tricia.
honored to be on your show.
Well, thank you. You're a very dear person.
It's caramelizing. It's melting.
Oh, look, okay.
It's melting.
So watch real closely. Now, but look, isn't this important? Because if you scorch it, then it ruins it.
Yeah.
And then it's bitter and nasty, and you won't like it.
Yeah.
She has a great gas stove in her home in Oklahoma.
I bet.
And,
Tricia,
I've
tell
had to
me,
learn to cook on high.
do you have a fabulous kitchen that I would be jealous of?
Yes, because I love to cook, and that was the one thing when we built our house that we really said, let's make sure the kitchen rocks, because we spend a lot of time in there, and it's where everybody hangs out. So it's got a nice island with chairs. Everybody can sit around and visit. And is it supposed to look like this, Mom?
Oh,
How's
yes.
it going? Okay,
It's going great.
Oh, look, now it's going. There you go.
it's going.
And what color is it supposed to be?
A nice golden brown.
Golden brown. Oh, it's getting there. Look at that.
Is it supposed to be lumpy?
Yeah, well, yeah. Would you like me to stir a while?
Yes, here.
Hey, Gwen, is that pan too? Since it's only a cup of sugar, should the pan be smaller?
The pan is a little big, but we'll see. It's going to be great.
I know that tone of voice.
Oh man. Okay, it's getting close.
It's getting very close, and it tastes really good.
Well, now, Gwen, if it has, like, if people are making this at home, and if it has a few lumps in it, is that okay?
I'm sure it is.
That's a no in Gwen speak.
So I think we'll go with this.
All right,
'cause
and
the
then
color
that
is
goes
good.
directly into here. And this is where it even becomes more, don't you burn me with that
I'll just be
hand.
over here. Because somebody needs to stir. while
Oh,
put
I
this in
do?
here. Yes.
Okay.
You want me to do it, Lorianne? Are you
want-
scared?
I'm
Are you
scared.
afraid?
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm very scared.
Oh, I got you.
Go on. Okay, so it goes in.
Goes in, she
I'm moving out of
stirs
the
round
way.
and round and round.
All right, now
Look
this
at it
is
bubble
where
up.
it gets
See it
really
bubbles up?
difficult.
Bubbling up. That looks right. That looks right. That's good.
You have to get this hot enough to get to what they call the softball stage. Our food stylist, Cindy Chambers, made one in advance for us that is at the softball stage.
Where does this go?
Thank you. Now, is that really the softball stage?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's it?
That's really it. If you
Well,
if you stuck
This
it in a little
doesn't
bit of
look
cold
like a
water-
ball to me, Trisha.
Here,
Yes. What are we doing?
I'm going to show you.
Now this,
Oh,
this
oh.
Makes a little ball in the bottom. Well, sort of. See the little ball?
Oh, okay. You know what I thought? I thought it comes out like a ball.
Bless your heart.
I thought it was supposed to be, you know.
Bless your little heart.
I had no idea.
And
All
this
right,
is when you really start beating it.
let me
Okay.
get this back on here for you.
This one's looking
And
pretty
then
good.
you just whip and whip and whip this.
Whip and whip and whip.
Okay.
Until it cools down and it's ready to spread.
Here we go. We'll put it on. And also by the magic of television, Cindy has a pre-made final icing for us because it just takes forever. You have to whip this for 15 or 20 minutes.
Oh, look. Oh, that looks really good. Now this I could eat with a spoon the entire thing.
Look what it looks
And
like.
May.
Isn't it? That's what it looks like.
Yeah. it's
Very
so-
pretty.
So good.
Really pretty.
Very nice. Oh, you want to try
I
it?
just need to
May
taste
I
it.
too?
Sure.
Ooh, this is.
Oh my goodness. So happy right now.
Is this the way you make those caramel candies we all tried?
It's similar. It's similar.
Yum. All right, folks. While we ice this cake, the fabulous waitstaff here at Gaylord Opryland Resort is going to serve the caramel cake to everybody. You want to ice it?
And this is a cake that as like you have a piece tonight and you have another piece tomorrow, as the icing ages, it just gets better and better. It's so good. It'll be better tomorrow.
Now, this one that we have made is just a little bit thick because we had to make it in advance. Do you put a little bit of hot water in it to thin it if you want to?
Or whipping cream. A little
Or
warm
whipping cream,
Drop it to
okay.
a cream.
Well, and you know, you were telling us, Gwen, that this icing, no matter how many times you make it, no matter what an expert you are at making icing, this icing will turn out different every single time, and it's no big deal because...
It's no big deal.
Yeah,
Because
because...
this is a little thick and it looks fine and it will taste great.
And I'm not even going to slice it. You know what? I'm just going to go for it.
All right, I'm declaring it done.
All right, you guys, this is what our version looks like. Do all of you have your servings? Pretty much? Shall we? Go for it?
We should.
All right. Cocoa cake with caramel icing. And we are just, we are making the biggest mess. This is what rocks her world. Great cake. Wow. Special little thing, our friends at Yankee Candle. Yankee Candle has become a partner in a fight for the cure against breast cancer, and they are so in awe of what you do and how you support the cause that they have made a beautiful pink basket for you. It's very heavy.
That is so sweet.
Isn't that gorgeous? This is ornaments and everything in it for you. Folks, this has been a fun evening. We would love to thank the pastry chefs,
David Schwab and Sarah Zucker.
our food stylist behind the scenes, Cindy Chambers, and the wonderful wait staff here at Gaylord Opryland Resort and Convention Center. And of course to Miss Gwen, thank you for being here.
for having me.
And
I
Trisha
loved every
Yearwood for
minute
the
of it.
beautiful food and the beautiful music.
Thank
This
you.
has been awesome.